SD40 is my favorite locomotive, but there's something different about this one right here. Stay tuned, we'll go over it and I'll tell you what's the difference about it. Besides the obvious paint job, there are a lot of other differences. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another VinnyVid Productions video. This video is going to be a bit different from what I normally do because I am going to do a review on a locomotive. The locomotive that I'm going to review today is an Intermountain SD40 that was given to me as a gift from Sparky 107 when he was here back in August. I will go over some of the features that are on this locomotive, not all of them, but some of them, and let you guys know what I think about it. Anyhow, somewhere up in here somewhere I'm going to be adding a poll with a couple of questions I'd like to ask you guys, and I would appreciate it if you give me an answer to them. Anyhow, without further ado, let's go ahead and get down to the review and we'll see what's going on. We'll be right back. Alright guys, this is how an Intermountain locomotive comes from the factory. It's in one of these regular jewel cases. It's not as fancy as some of the other locomotive manufacturers, but I guess it does the job. It's got the hard plastic in there on top and bottom, and it's got the soft plastic in between to protect the paint. Anyhow, let's go ahead and open this up and see what we get inside the box. We'll be right back. Alright guys, now that I got the box open, I'll show you what comes in there. It comes with your standard operating instructions, defaults and all that kind of stuff. Inside it gives you all the CV values of what's there, but these are all default, and unfortunately I'm not able to program this yet. And on the back side, tells you how to take the shell off, and it gives you a little bit of information about the locomotive itself. Also, you'll find this little bag of stuff in there that contains the sunshades, and I don't know what the little yellow guys are. I have to find that out from somebody who's got one of these locomotives already. Anyhow, so far, like I said earlier, this is not my wheelhouse to do a review on a locomotive, but I'm giving it a shot. So let's get this on the turntable and see what it looks like as I go over the features of this locomotive. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're going to do an overview of this SD40-2 by Intermountain. As you can see, the paint and decals are as per the prototype. All the decals are in the proper place. I don't see any bleed on the paint. Paint and decals are done very well, even on the front. You got the chevrons there, number boards. It even has the little lights up here on the top of the number board. They don't work, but they're there. Anyhow, I must say that the customer service in Intermountain is great, but the quality control really sucks. And I'll tell you why. When I first got this locomotive, we were running it, and Ryan, Vermont Rail fan, noticed that there was a problem with the headlights. And so, upon further inspection, I looked and I saw that the fiber optic was actually sticking out the nose right here about 1/8 of an inch. So, I sent it back. They took care of it. They sent me a new unit, but if you notice here on the front, look at the handrails. Handrails are bent, and also this one is not even attached to the cab. Anyhow, that's a minor thing. I'm not going to send it back for that. We'll just continue on. As per the prototype, the bell is in the proper place in the front of the cab, which is pretty cool, I thought. The horns are also in the proper position. MU hoses separately applied, as you can see right here, and also, if we turn this around to the back side, the grab irons are also separately applied. I like what they did on the steps. Let me see if I can get in here a little bit closer. And we'll see what we can do here on the steps if we can get in there close. As you can see, they got the safety yellow on the stair edges, which is pretty cool. The decals here, even though we can't see what it says, let me see if I can get in a little closer there. Maybe we can. Come on, focus up. Anyhow, the decal is pretty legible. I'm pretty impressed with the decal in here because it even has a little flag, and I thought that's pretty cool. Anyhow, antenna is in the proper position. As you can see it right here is antenna. And the trucks are pretty decently detailed, except for the prototype has a cable coming from the rear truck up, and looks like it goes into the cable, which I'm assuming is the speedometer cable. Other than that, I think it's a pretty nice model. Looks pretty good. Like I said, the paint looks pretty good. The handrails are done with the yellow here. The colors are all appropriate for the prototype. Get this back out so you guys can see the entire locomotive. So, anyhow, like I said, the only thing that's a problem with me is that the handrail is loose. But it's just a little bit of glue and I'll take care of that. Couplers are the, I don't know, I guess they're McHenry's. I'm not 100% sure what kind of couplers they are. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and put this on the track and see how it goes. And I'll go over some of the features that it has as far as sound goes. I'm not going to get too far into that, just a few basic stuff, and we'll see how it goes. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll get this on the track and we'll see how it runs. Be back in a few. Alright guys, we have this on my layout right now. We're going to go over some of the functions, not all of them because there's way too many of them for me to do, and some of them do not apply to this locomotive. Anyhow, we'll start off with lights. That's function 0, and if we hit function 6 we get ditch lights. And now if I hit function 12, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but it dims the lights out. Now I'm not really happy, even though I sent this back to Intermountain for the light situation. As you can see on the engineer's side, that the ditch light is a little bit duller than the one that's on the conductor's side. Anyhow, horn. Well, let's start with the bell. Now the horn. Sounds pretty cool to me. I'm pretty impressed with the sound that's coming out of this N-scale locomotive. Coupler. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, let's do the startup sequence. Like I said, I am pretty impressed with the sound that's coming out of this little locomotive. I don't know what Intermountain did, ESU, whatever, but anyhow, it sounds great. Okay, so now, let's see how it's going to run. We're going to move it up to speed step number 1, and there's a little bit of momentum on here, so we'll see how it goes. Now guys, I want to tell you, that is on speed step number 1. I have not programmed this locomotive yet because I'm having problems with my JMOI, but I am totally impressed on the slow speed of this locomotive. It's also got that drive hole deal, which I still don't know how to use. Got to figure it out. Like I said, I am totally impressed. Let me see. Let's go backwards. Why aren't you going? Again, guys, that's on speed step number 1. Very nice model, but like I said, I'm not too happy with their warranty department and their quality control. But other than that, overall, it's a very nice model. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this little how-to, or not how-to, but review, which is not my wheelhouse, but I thought I'd give it a shot anyhow. Shut that off. Now I do hear a little bit of motor hum. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it, but it's so slight and the locomotive has not been broken in yet, so I think that'll go away over time. Anyhow, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSF 6951 out.